where it's like, because there's a couple things, and I was listening very intently. You want to feel a connection, a passion. There's this essence of that having to be there for you to feel connected to what you're doing, right? This is what created the disconnection in the flooring business. You're disenchanted at this point. And I don't think that's okay. I don't think it's okay to have a disconnection to what you're doing, because I think you're going to get to the same point, right, that you are in the flooring business. So having that, listening to you, I think is important. So the work that you're doing with Sabine is going to help you find the meaning, the stickiness, the brand, the voice, the messaging. And think of that track through platinum, that's your done for you element. Is you're going to work with Sabine to understand the essence of your brand, and then put that into a website and like build the assets around that brand, that vision, and what you come up with. So the other thing is do you wait at idle while you're developing that before you start marketing? And I'm going to tell you, I wouldn't. So what I would do is like, well, are you doing the right thing? How do I get on track to make it happen? And I'd be happy to do like a 30-minute call with you and then kind of pitch up to Martin once you and I kind of shook the tree and I feel like you're at a good place and we're on the same page. And then I can empower, like, hey, Martin, I just connected. And I can connect with Sabine and get all the coaches on board. But what I feel for me personally, Saul, how I would approach where you're at in your situation is I'd build my brand, I'd build the bigger thing, I'd put my energy into that stickiness and that meaning because it's important to you, but I wouldn't stay idle. I would get my funnel up, I would learn marketing, I would get a little budget, and I'd start developing my skill of messaging and targeting and looking at data and what is that data telling me and how do I improve my marketing? Because if you're not doing that, you're just studying the business right now. You're not building it. So right now, and it's okay, since September, you've been nothing but a student of the business. My advice is become a business owner, become an entrepreneur, become a marketer as soon as you can. And that means get in the act of marketing. And then my advice would be take a two paths, one to build the long-term thing that's going to be, your bigger brand vision, but like, let's start getting a funnel out there. Who do you think your avatar is? Let's start targeting. Let's start testing that brand message. Let's start nailing that voice. Let's start learning that hard skill. And now you're going to feel like, oh, yeah, I got that bigger thing that is important to you. And you're starting to learn that hard tactical skill now, because that's a learning curve too. And I think if you're pushing that way with both of those threads, everything, you're going to feel like, okay, I believe that it's that gap of progression that you're feeling the way that you are right now. So I think it's in that type of approach that will work for you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's kind of what I heard.
Yeah, that puts it into place for me, because I wasn't sure whether I was, having to follow the one path and at some point split off. But no, that makes sense to me. So get cracking with the ambassador program. And yeah, so the other is a slow burner in relation to that.
Yeah, now let me ask you, the brand that
So
you're
it's
building, all
alongside
that, is that part of your affiliate business, or is that your separate thing that you're doing? Or are those two connected?
Well, when I started, I was just thinking I had no ideas as such. So when I discovered the ambassador program, I thought, okay, that looks really good. Everything's there for me. I still haven't got any other ideas of whether I want to do products or something, but I'm sure they'll sort of simmer and develop as ideas as I gain more experience. So I'm quite open-minded about it all.
Okay, so
yeah,
the branding will be built on the essence of your affiliate stuff. So yeah, it's all congruent, and I think you're going to learn too by marketing to develop your brand stuff. And this is something that the reason why you got coaching, you got all that, is to take action as you go, right? Our environment is not like, hey, get through all of Launchpad and study, and then do it. It's like step as you go, and let's kind of shift that focus, because I think it's just a focus thing. And once you have that, like, hey, I'm just going to start marketing, get that going, all of your calls and activity will foster that strategy. So I think it's a decision that if that feels aligned with where you're at, we just execute on it.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Well done.
Brilliant.